Hey everybody, welcome back to Sparks Fire and Bale and Wire. Today, I'm going to get into this a little bit since I'm at a standstill with the engine. If you've been watching all my videos, you'll know why by now. Finally have this thing in the shop. I planned on doing a video backing it in here, showing it running for the last time with its original motor. But the truth is, that day I was kind of racing against the weather. It was sleeting and snowing, cold. It was only supposed to get worse, and it did. We've had significant snow since then, and it's only, I think, 5 below zero out right now, which is considerably warmer than the 20 below it was yesterday morning. Anyway, I'm going to go over this a little bit, talk about what I was all going to get done to it other than the obvious engine swap. And curiosity's got the best of me. I want to find out what was going wrong with this engine. Pretty much everybody knows already, this is a 64 Polara 500 convertible, 318 poly, 727 automatic, and it's going to get rebuilt. Not just the engine. Figured when I started this, when I had the engine out, would be the time to repaint the engine compartment. Well, when I'm repainting the engine compartment, might as well repaint the rest of it. Things snowballed, you know how that works. Here we are, got it in the shop. This car has been repainted before, so I'm not sure what's all going to be hidden here. I'll get the door gaps set, they're pretty bad. You can see here the bottom sticks out on the door, it does in front and back. Most of my trim's in really good shape, just needs polished up. Stainless is good. Like, here's a small dent, which I could probably just tap that out, polish it. Pieces like this are actually chrome, but they're not pitted or nothing, so I think I can just do polish on everything. Weather stripping shot. Fitment of the windows is terrible. So I'm going to get all that. I think that's just a matter of adjusting things. I'm going to get all that done while it's apart. It's also going to be getting disc brakes all the way around, which if you've been watching the videos and seen that rear end over there, you already knew that too. One of the main reasons I wanted one of these cars, I just love the side trim on them. They look like they're flying down the road even when they're parked. Now, Polara 500 is the top of the line trim. You have your 330, the 440, and then this, which the 330s and 440s don't have these pieces of trim. They only have 2 tail lights, no backup light, and the rear tail panel is just painted instead of that chrome trim across there like these have, which that's some of the chrome I am going to have to get redone because those are pitted pretty bad. So there's not going to be any polish in there. The bumpers, they're filthy right now, but overall they're good. So I think I can just polish them. Fairly good in here, all but one thing. See, it's kind of ready for a Craigslist sale. Yep, trunk floor is all good. Well, this one isn't. Kind of comical how I found that out. When I switched this thing over to fuel injection, I put a new fuel tank in. When I took the old fuel tank out, I was laying on the ground and looking up and saw what appeared to be duct tape. So I opened up the trunk, pulled up the mat, got to looking. Sure enough, it was duct tape. Somebody had done a very nice job of duct taping over the rust holes and then using that gray trunk splatter paint. Basically just painted it up until it covered up all signs of the duct tape. Did a pretty good job, actually. That's how I found that, so I do have a new trunk floor for it. Both quarter panels. This side's alright, the other side's got a couple bubbles in it. Both sides are bubbling out down here. There's a little, that's actually starting to rust through. I have all this new. The trunk extensions I have new. Otherwise, everything's good. Car's fairly straight, actually, other than the door, or the gap's not lining up. Rockers are good, or they appear to be good. A lot of cars, the lower fenders will be rusted out. These are in good shape. Whether or not they're Bondo, I don't yet know. We'll be finding that out. Interior, I believe, is all original other than the carpet and the steering wheel that I put in it. But it's showing its age. It's not in terrible shape, but it's time for that to be redone too. This is a factory AC car, factory power windows. So pretty good options for 1964. But for right now, let's get under the hood and try and figure out what went wrong. Yeah, get in there. Let's see, that lifter's tight. Actually, that valve looks like it's partway open up. Ooh, that one's really loose. Oh, I see why. Zoomed all the way in there, hopefully you can see it. The adjustment on this rocker is backed all the way out. These from the factory are friction fit, and with time they can go bad. And it looks like this one did. So my intake valve was not opening at all. That really doesn't explain the no compression though. Not sure what would have caused that. You have to leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are. Intake valve didn't open, piston was still going up and down, so it was going to suck something in somewhere somehow. So how'd it do it? I could see it sucking oil in around the valve stem. That would answer the oil burning question, but that does not answer the no compression question. Did it break the rings too? I'd planned on pulling this engine out and just setting it aside, but curiosity's got the best of me now. So I think I'm going to pull this engine out and get it tore down. Even though I don't plan on rebuilding this one. Not at the moment anyway, it eventually will, but I got another project in mind for that. And I just got to find the right vehicle to put it in. But for now, let the teardown begin. Okay, now that I found out what's wrong with the engine, next goal is to get it tore out so I can figure out what it is. But before I do that, I'm going to do a little pre-plotting for once in my life. Before I disconnect the battery, things I need to think about. It's a power window car. So I'm gonna have to get the windows where I want them for disassembly. So I think I'm gonna roll them down for now. Hope that's where I want them. Not really sure. Also, the convertible top has a electric over hydraulic pump for running it up and down. So I think before I disconnect the battery and get into the electrical up front, I think I'm going to remove this convertible top. Since it's inside for the duration now, that really won't matter. And I don't know how to do that. I'm not even going to try and sugarcoat it. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just going to tear into it and learn as I go. But I want to get that engine done, so this has got to get done next. So I'm going to end this video right here. I'll do a separate video on getting the top off, just for future reference. I like to keep things separate, so if I need to go back later and look. I mean, it's great that I get viewers on YouTube, but I'm doing this mainly for myself for reference down the line. Anyway, enough rambling. This video's ending here. Those of you who like to watch all my videos, the next one will be convertible top removal. Catch y'all next time. Have a great weekend.